Hey friends, welcome in this video, and here we are going to create an Angular 7 application within 10 minutes. Yes, so we will set the application and we will run the Angular 7 application within 10 minutes, and our time starts now. And we are going to start this from scratch, so I will tell you what you need to download for this. So let me pull up on the screen whatever things you need. The first thing you need is a Node.js, because here we will be using Angular CLI to generate the project and to generate the components. So you can just go on this website, and according to your operating system, you can download the Node.js from here. Second thing you need is the IDE. So you can use any IDE like Eclipse, IntelliJ, but for this session I am using Visual Code. So if you want to follow the same, you can just go here and you can download the Visual Code for your appropriate operating system. Once you're done with Node.js, so I'm not gonna tell you all this process. It is very simple. You just download Node.js, double click it, the exe will run, it will open a wizard. You can just do next, and you're done. You will get the Node.js. So once the Node.js is installed, you can open a command prompt or a Node.js command prompt. So you can see something like this, Node.js command prompt. And in this Node.js command prompt, we will create our new Angular application, and we will be using Angular CLI for this. So first you need to download a Angular CLI. So this Node.js, I'm just giving a brief about the Node.js. So the Node.js comes with a node package manager, and what this node package manager will do, it will install anything you want from the web. So you have to do npm install and give the name, and it will download those dependencies for you. So since we have to use Angular CLI, we have to install npm install -g. So this -g stands for global. So I want to, you can do two things. You can install it locally, so it will work only in this hkurme folder. But if you are installing it globally, you can use this from anywhere. So Angular CLI I'm installing here globally. So it will be CLI, and do not worry about the comments, this commands. I will paste all these into the video, so just you can copy from there and you can run the same command. So as you're seeing, the CLI is getting installed in my system. It will take only few seconds to install, so we can wait for it. And once this is done, let me explain you something about Angular CLI. So what we will do, once this is installed, we will navigate to our workspace where we want to create our Angular project. So you can create your workspace and you can create a project there by using this CLI. So I think it's okay. No, it's not taking too much time. So you can see it install a CLI. You can see Angular/CLI 6.24, and it's done. So now what I will do, I will navigate to my workspace. So let's say my workspace is CD YouTube. Okay, now here in this C drive in YouTube, I want to create an Angular project. So it's very simple. You just have to create ng new, and then you have to give the project name. So I will call this as my ng app. Sorry, yep, my ng app. I will hit enter, and now this is gonna take some time. So I will pause this video, and once my app is created, I will resume from there. Okay, so here we are done creating our app. So you can see, again, I'm just saying, like, it's very simple. It's a command ng new, and you have to give the name of your project. Where here I have given the name my n app. I think I have just did another mistake here. So no problem, we will go with this name. So you see it created too many things inside it, and that initialized it, and it gave like too many things. It is saying like it installed these many packages, around 1075 packages are already added, and now the project is created. So let me see whether it is created or not. So I will say cd a, and I will try to go inside this project. So it's my, okay, it's there. And let me see what all our things are there. So oh sorry, so what I will do now, I will use my visual code. Okay, so this is visual code. So whenever you will finish downloading, it might ask you to restart, and once you are done, you will see this kind of screen. So whenever you want to open any project in this, it's just opening a folder. So if you are not familiar with visual code, so don't be confused with like Eclipse. In Eclipse you have to export a complete project. Here you can open any of the folder. So it's like totally simple, and it works really cool. So just go on file, click on open folder, click on the folder which we created my an app. I will select this folder, and you can see here is my app. Now I will go with every each of these lines, every each of these folders in my next video, where I will explain everything, what these things are and where we will use this. But in this video we are mainly focusing on running this application. So this is a complete application Angular gives us. Let me show you how to run this. So I will go to terminal here. I will open a new terminal. Now you can open this inside this visual code, or you can open an external terminal. It doesn't matter actually. Now here you will see I have my package.json. So let me show you. So these are the node modules it installed for me. In source I have my app, and here you have package.json. And this package.json will contain all the dependencies which are needed for me. So all the dependencies are here. Now what I will do, I will just go and see what is a command to start this. So you can see there is a command start. So you can directly call ngserve, or you can call start to start the server. Let me call npm run start. So I will say npm run start, and this should start my server. While the server is starting, let me show you something. So when I come to the source, you can see here a app folder. This app contains a component. So this is like the root component for us, and we can create another components here from CLI, and we can include those into our application. So in this video I will be just showing the default component which is generated here. So let me start the server. Okay, it's starting. Let me see. Pull this to this page. Okay, so you can see just a second. You can see my app is running on this port. How I got this port, I can show you. So I will go to the terminal, I will see the log, and it's saying okay, it's running on this. So I will navigate to this, and I can see my app is running here. Where is it? This one. Now we will try to see like what is this, and can we change this. So I will just change something to show you that this is now our app and we can do anything with this. So I will come here, I will go to app component HTML, and you see this welcome to title is showing here, and this title is coming from the TypeScript. So whenever we are generating a component, it's having like 4 main parts. It will have the CSS. This is a CSS for this component. This is a HTML for this component. This is a spec file where you can write your karma test cases. This we will discuss later. And this is a TypeScript or the component. And this, the name of the title is coming from here. So let me show you where the title is showing. You can see here on the tab it's saying my app name, my an app, sorry. So this is coming from there. I can change this. I can tell it like my first app, and I will save this, and you can see whenever I will save this, you can see on terminal it will just recompile it. See, and I do not have to do anything. I will just go again and I can see it should change. Oh, there is something wrong. My first app. Okay, I changed this. Let me again hit enter and save. It's recompiling. It's reloading. Okay, it's coming here. Sorry, I think there is a title. Then we have to change somewhere else. So you can see welcome to my first app. Now let me change something more. So this line is getting printed. I can say welcome to, or I can remove this welcome. I can add here something. You can say this is my, and then we are reading this title from this, which is which I will change to FIRST, first application. So now you see whenever I'm saving, it's changing it here, and you can see it's also changing it here. Now the next thing, you can see like whenever we are running this application, it's converting, actually it's compiling all these things. So these are the type scripts. So it will compile these type scripts into the JavaScripts, and then it will like render on the screen. So when, just a second, when we will go to HTML component here, and let me show you by deleting something, and I will remove this UI, whole UI. And you can see it's reflected up here. Now this app component.html is a main, you can say it's a root component. So whenever you will create your component, you can add up here, and this will be included into the index.html that is here. So you can see this app root, this is a component which I was telling is the root component. And how I know that this is the same component? So as I told you, when a component is generated, there are four things. CSS, so this is generally the SAS files, like CSS files, HTML files, this is for unit testing, and this is a component here which is a .ts, app.component.ts. and when I will come here, you can see this is a decorator for component @component, and this is a selector. So this selector is saying whenever you want to use this, use app-root. This same thing we are using in index.html. So we will never change this index.html. We won't add anything here. We will just add in our this root component. So you can just go and play with this application, and in our next video I will show you how we can add more component, and I will go through all these things like what is this asset, why we are using this asset, what is environment, what is the browser list. So I will cover all these files, and in next video let's just give me a sneak peek to you guys what we will be using. So we will go here and we will see these components. So these components are already pre-built and given by Angular to us. So we can just copy paste these, and we can see how we can incorporate these in our application. And it really makes very helpful, and it's very easy for us to make our application from these, because these are just pre-built. You have to just use, like it's plug and play. So thank you for watching the video, and see you in next video.